As if I didn't put off this video long enough, I forgot to save the script. The good news is I didn't like the way I wrote it, so I wrote a different one. Chakan the Forever Man. Chakan is a demon hunter who had a mission: defeat the Angel of Death in single combat. Lies. Shakan is an asshole who thought he was the best there ever was at Mortal Kombat and taunted Death, saying that even he couldn't beat him. Someone's asking for death here, if you know what I mean. What he did not realize was that in doing so, he would lose his soul. Oh, bullshit! Shakan and Death made a deal. If Shakan wins, he gets eternal life. And if Death wins, he gets Shakan's soul. Shakan wins and gets eternal life, and still manages to get screwed in the end. Cursed with life eternal. Pfft, good job, manual writers. Shakan realizes that the only way to regain it... Regain what? The eternal life he was cursed with? What? And rest in peace is to eradicate the earth of all evil. Which is also a lie because it didn't say anything about Earth or doing the job on Earth. Hint, hint. Well, you might have noticed that the writers of the manual are pretty fucking stupid to not just copy the story presented in the game, or at least from the comic that it is based off of by Robert A. Krause, that I never read. I mean, if there's no in-game story to, copy from, then, write whatever the hell you want. Like how WizWar thinks this game is a piece of shit. At first. You see, I heard from someone, namely Ultra J-Man, mention that this game is horrible. It's bad and all the negative stuff you can think of, and when I went into the game, I did think like that too for a while. But after spending some time playing Shakan, it's not that bad of a game. In fact, it has some interesting ideas, but it still has problems and parts of it aren't that good, so it's almost like a guilty pleasure playing this game. Shakan is a difficult game to talk about. So why don't I go ask Ultra J-Man and see what he thinks of the game now? Bluetooth on. Enter Ultra J-Man. Contacting Ultra J-Man. Dude, what the hell? It's the Master of Splatterhouse 3! No, don't kill me, yo! I'm sorry for calling you my dumbass in my Splatterhouse 3 LP!
Dude, you mean this old thing right here?
Oh, it's just Ultra J-Man.
Just clean my desk off, man. I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, well, that's a good thing. But anyways, this is Ultra J-Man.
Well, that's Mega Ultra J-Man to you? I mean, don't you pay attention?
Nobody says the mega part, but anyways, hey, what's up and how's the new channel doing?
You know, the new channel's going pretty okay, but I heard you say something about me playing Shakan.
Yeah, it's on the Sega Genesis collection, and I remember seeing your Let's Play of Shakan about it.
Or actually, Shakan the Forever Man.
Huh?
Or Shakan the Forever Man, as I recently found out. Shakan the Forever Man.
So it's like the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde pronunciation, huh? Well, anyways, I do remember you playing the game, though.
Well, back in the day, I made the mistake. Actually. Oh. No, I have some experience with Shakan the Forever Man. And, back in the day, I thought it was kind of a piece of shit. I didn't really like it that much. He looks so angry, like he's just staring deeply into my eyes. Anyways, it's really hard to describe Shakan.
Well, that's interesting. Do tell, J-Man.
I like the game, but I also hate the game. Well, it was really bad till I started speedrunning it, at least. And then it got a little better. But not by much.
So it's still bad.
It's still really glitchy and imbalanced. I mean, you can't fix broken.
So in a word, yes, it's still bad.
Well, you know, overall I would say my final thoughts of Shakan the Forever Man, it's a pretty solid game overall. It just has a lot of problems. The potion system, I think, is pretty rad. It had a lot of potential. There was tons of combinations you could do. Every enemy had its own elemental weakness, as well as the bosses. But you never really learn that unless you just try different things. And by the time you've tried everything, you've died so many times and reset so many levels, you're fed up with the game. Let alone the whole bullshit with the ending, but that's a different story. So, on that note, I will leave you to your review, Mr. WizWar 100. Godspeed, sir.
Well, thanks, J-Man. Also, it's WizWar, not WizWar. But anyways, back to Shakan. Shakan is an action platformer game where your goal is to get rid of the realm of supernatural evil by jumping into these portals representing the elements of... Get ready to have your pants blown off when you hear this! Earth. Fire. Wind. Water. Fucking yawn. Getting past the obstacles, obtaining weapons that help you later on through certain levels, and potions to help you survive or fight, reaching the end and finally destroying the evil within. You get some background information about the evil you're going to fight, which is interesting, but I couldn't care less about that. There's 3 parts to each realm you enter, which the game I don't recall telling you that, and I only found out because I accidentally pressed jump again after finishing a realm, then going back into the next part. But splitting it into 3 parts does mean giving you a break in between each level, and well, basically a checkpoint. Because I don't think I could survive going through all 3 parts without dying. Wait, dying? I thought I had eternal life, what the fuck? Well, they weren't completely lying about that. When you lose all your lives, you get sent out of that realm and can either try the realm again or choose a different one to tackle. Now, you do have infinite continues, which ties in with the eternal life, which I think is a very interesting and clever way to show that through gameplay. Speaking of dying, this game is rather known for being difficult, and if not for the wrong reasons, and especially if you don't know what to do. For the most part, I always needed to use potions to survive the boss fights, and in some cases needed them to do so to the point it feels like that's the only strategy in the game, especially in the lava stage. Oh, we're getting to my favorite part of this game! Up until this point, the levels weren't that difficult for me. Oh sure, some of them were bullshit, but I powered through them with potions and jumping glitches, but in the second plane after you beat the first 4 realms, you have 4 new realms. One of them is the lava realm, and the third part in that game is a massive piece of fucking shit. What's wrong with it? Well, it's the worst stage in this game that almost ruins the entire game as a whole. You have glitchy platforming, which causes me to fall into the lava when I'm not supposed to, several dozen enemies appearing on screen causing the game to lag, which in turn causes me to fall into the lava and die, and to top it all off, since it's the 3rd stage you have to fight a boss, and this boss is a cheating mother ducker, because its attacks do a lot of damage and are tricky to avoid getting hit. This part literally took me 2 fucking hours to beat. I am not kidding. I had 2 hours of nothing but me trying to beat that fucking stage. How did I get past it? Well, there's an hourglass in the corner of your screen that I waited till time's up. When time runs out, you get booted out of the realm and have to redo the entire realm all over again. This can be annoying when you're in the middle of a boss fight and the timer runs out, forcing you to redo the entire realm all over again. So when playing this game, you kind of want to speedrun it so you have plenty of time during the boss fights. The only benefit of restarting the realm is the potions come back for you to pick up, which is what I did in order to kill the fucking boss. I was gonna say Shakan isn't that bad of a game, but that stage almost ruined the entire game, and after that, if you thought that was over, when you finish the second playing, you have to fight Death as the final boss, and I have to make a note here. While I was looking this game up, it mentions the final battle with Death and that you only have 1 chance to beat him, and if you lose, you get the bad ending and have to play the game all over again. Which means you have to restart the entire game to get the other ending if you lose! And after all the insane, cheap-ass, exploit-required boss fights before this, Death must be a cheating mother ducker. So let's see what we're up against. Wow, this is Death. This kind of explains why he got his ass kicked. What the fudge is this? Death's riding on a chariot or something, and all you have to do before this fight is to make sure you still have potions that give you projectile fire to hit him in a certain part, and Death is dead as shit because he can't do anything about it. Seems like Death didn't hear about the potions I've been using because he's Death. After that, you get a shitting ass ending, and well, that's the end. Or is it? Well, for me in this video it is. So what do I think of Chakan the Forever Man? More like shit can fuck every man who tries to play this game. Okay, let's be serious. There is a lot of potential in this game, like the potions and the different realms you go to, and I do enjoy the dark, grim look and sound of the game. It could have been a much more solid game, it's just that it wasn't completely well executed. And because it wasn't well executed, which explains why Shakan is still alive. But like J-Man said, and I agree, it is glitchy, and as for imbalance, I would have to agree as well, since all I ever did in the game against most of the bosses is to use potions or exploiting them in a way that they can't fight back, and not using my actual skills at fighting the boss. And the difficulty in some of the level is just sometimes too punishing for the wrong reasons. Would I recommend this game? I really want to say no, but there are glints of goodness in the game that doesn't quite shine through. But the game does have a cult following, so surely there must be something good about it. The most I can say about this game is check it out. Check it out. And see whether you like the game despite its flaws or just flat out hate every second of it. This is WizWar 100, you're the viewers and I'm the reviewer, so stay tuned. You're the viewers and I'm the reviewer. And today, we're gonna go take a look at the Sega Genesis that I got when I was in America.
Ah yes, WizWar. It's time for Virtue's Last Reward.
Wait, what?
Pretty okay, but... Alright, cut there. Cut. Cut there.
Oh.
Chakan. Chakan the Forever Man. It's a hard case to describe for me. Try that one again. Godspeed, sir. Pretty okay, but